Hi everybody, happy Friday, happy hot Friday. Hope everybody is staying safe and cool. You have a way to cool off and maybe get some swimming or maybe get out of town a little bit. Anyway, we have 6 assignments this week. 2 of them are discussions, but there's a lot of really important and really great information for you, so I'm just going to get right into the assignments. All right, so first one is a quiz on second language acquisition, and the quiz is based on an article here, so read the article. Try to have the article in front of you while you're taking the quiz. You should see that the quiz questions are in order, so should be fairly easy to find the answers to the quiz questions. You have 3 chances. Okay, and then the second assignment is design your ideal language school. So I've got a couple of terms up here. Make sure that you know what they are before you start watching the video. The video is really important. This is Dr. Stephen Krashen. He is kind of the godfather or guru or the person who came up with the theories that we base our, everything that we know about how people, children and adults acquire second languages. So make sure that you watch his video. It's really interesting and he explains it really well. And then there is an article here that talks about the different approaches. So what I want you to do is think about what is the best approach. So what you're going to do is choose one of these approaches that is described in the article, okay? And that's going to be based on, your experience, everything that you know, everything that Dr. Krashen has talked about, and there's no right or wrong answer, but you do have to justify it, okay? So you're going to just talk about describe your ideal language school, give all of the description here, all the characteristics of your language school here. Okay. And then we come to our first discussion. And so what I'm asking you to do is a little bit open-ended. So this is about talking about the stages of second language acquisition. So I've got an article here, and this is going to be based on what you already know from the previous assignments, from the quiz and the video of Dr. Krashen and what you've read. And so you're going to pick just one of these questions to answer. Okay. Don't try to answer too much, but just pick one of them and then really kind of go deep into it. So talking about the kind of details, get really deep into it, and I really want to see your opinion. 300 words. Try to just really get into the details of this. All right. If you need more information, go back into the previous assignments, or you can check out any of these optional materials for you, and really think about this. And then for the replies, you can choose any 2 of your classmates to respond to, and there's no specific question that I want you to answer. Just respond to them in a meaningful way. Try to add to what they say. Try to not just say I agree with you or I like your post, but really try to give them more information, something that they haven't thought about, or something that that maybe that they didn't think of. okay? And let's see if we can get a good discussion going. All right. The next one is these two different kind of theoretical approaches to teaching English learners. One is ELD and one is su23, okay? So English language development, and then the other is structurally designed academics in English, okay? So they're sort of the opposites of each other, and a really good English language program will have a combination of both, but probably, you know, any second language program is going to be primarily one or the other, okay? So you're going to read about this, learn about it. I've got this kind of graphic organizer that talks about them, another kind of graphic organizer that gives the characteristics of both. And then what I want you to do is just write a paragraph, okay? So you're going to just kind of absorb the information from the graphic organizers, and I want you to describe both of these and then explain which one do you believe is going to be the best. All right, and so again, this is going to, you know, you're going to use the information that you have already learned from the previous assignments, and, you know, your intuition, your experience, you know, what do you, there's no right or wrong answer here. And again, probably the best approach is going to be, you know, doing some assignments or some instruction in one and some instruction in the other, so that you kind of cover both. But you know, if you had to choose one or the other, which one do you think is going to be primarily the best for students? Okay. All right. And then this is a really important assignment, because probably some of you I know that some of you in this class are going to fall into this category, Generation 1.5. Maybe some of you have heard of this before, but probably some of you that fall into this category maybe have never heard this term before. Or maybe some members of your family, parents, or even brothers and sisters fall into this category. Generation 1.5ers, okay, what are they? And certainly you will have students in your classes who will fall into this category. They are a very specific population with very unique and specific needs, all right? They are often overlooked and misunderstood. So you're going to read about them and read about some strategies that teachers can use to address their needs, okay? So answer the questions, and then you're going to submit that. Okay, and then finally, our last discussion is a good one, and this one is where you're going to read about the factors that influence the acquisition of a second language. Okay, and then what I'm going to ask you to write about is an experience that you have had trying to learn or acquire a second language. And everybody has had some experience, whether it's been successful or not. So some of you are true bilinguals, and you were very successful in acquiring a second language. Others of us maybe were, you know, forced to take, you know, a foreign language in high school, and you hardly learned anything. So that's what I want you to think about is, you know, and some people know more than 2 languages, but or have had more than one experience trying to learn or acquire a second language. But just pick one, okay? So you're going to focus on describing just one of those, okay? And then for the replies, you're going to pick 2 of your classmates, and you're going to kind of analyze their experience. And you're going to, based on the article, you're going to talk about what internal and external factors contributed to their success or not or their unsuccessfulness, okay, in learning or acquiring. And that wraps it up for the week. Okay. So 6 assignments, and they're all really important and really meaty this week. So make sure that you give yourself plenty of time. This is really important stuff this week. We are going to be referring back to the concepts that we learned this week as we go forward into our other topics. So, you know, make sure that you are giving yourself plenty of time to digest this information. You know, if you have to use the 7-day grace period, this would be a good time to do that. If necessary, it's no problem. Just let me know if you are going to be a little bit late. I will try my hardest to, you know, always to keep up on the grading. If you have noticed, I am working my way through that first discussion board. I'm not quite done with replying to all of you. It is very time consuming to get in there and reply to everybody, but I'm, you know, maybe about 3/4 of the way done with the discussion board. Getting in there. I want to make sure that I do reply to everyone in a meaningful way. One more thing too is that we do have a past tutor, an embedded past tutor in our class, and so I want to make sure that you saw his announcement. Carrie Lester, he is fabulous. He was with me last semester, and he really knows what he's doing. His hours that he's in the Past Center are posted, so if you need any extra help with any of the assignments, you can drop in. He's available on Zoom. You can drop in there and get online tutoring with him, and that is just another support for you to be able to, you know, check any of your assignments, get extra help, just kind of talk your way through any of the assignments. And you know, if I'm not available, or I don't, you know, you don't want to talk it through with me, or you can't get a hold of me for questions. But please, if you do have any questions, or you're not sure about the directions on an assignment, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Or if you start to work on an assignment and you kind of, you know, you're starting to write something and you are not quite sure if you're on the right track, send me like your first few sentences or your first, you know, like little bit of writing, and I will let you know if you're, you know, on the right track or not before you get too far. Do that through email or through the inbox rather than submitting it. I'll see it faster that way. Okay. All right. So again, please, you know, stay safe. Oh my gosh, 4th of July. Please don't anybody blow themselves up. You know, it's, you know, don't drive around on 4th of July either. It's very dangerous. Just take care of yourselves, and I'll be around, not going anywhere, unfortunately. I'll be in hot Fresno this week. So yeah, reach out to me, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about these assignments. They're really interesting and very, very relevant. I think that you're really, really going to love this material. Okay, I will be talking to you very soon. All right, bye-bye.